just going to be loud and hard to hear in here is what it's going to be. All right. So apparently I can choose a moderator. Do you know how to do that? Oh, what are we doing here?
Yeah, I know, right? You flip it over, it's like, there it is.
There's a possibility that I'm live right now. There's a pretty good possibility. Trace, I was going to ask you to pull up on your phone and see if I'm live there, or if you can hear the audio at least. If you go like a couple feet away, see if you can hear the audio. Testing, 1, 2, 85. Coin Show podcast. All right, we have humans popping up here too at the Indiana State Show. Or do you want me to be able to be in your background? I'll be in my background.
Are we doing this? I thought we were doing this together.
I don't know what we're doing, man. I just hopped on this thing called YouTube.
Are you on there now?
This is YouTube. It's
okay.
It's people. This is T Silverstacker.
Hey, how's it going?
Popping up at the now famous, infamous Indiana State Show, and we've got the guy. That guy, he just works construction.
Yeah.
We brought in a construction worker here.
Hi, friend.
It's just
What you doing?
my big buddy, Matt Dinger.
Hello, everybody. Hi. Hi, friends.
From Coin Show podcast.
No, not mine. Not me.
Probably cannot be heard, neither heard nor seen.
Nobody can hear or see us?
Well, probably. I just have my mic is just on my lapel,
at
which
me.
is actually like why I was gonna do.
Just got done with my road work. Sorry.
See, that's actually what this was for. See, now watch this nifty trick. Now, did any of you guys grow up watching The Price is Right?
Oh, my God.
So, what's it like running a? What's it like?
Johnny.
What's it like running a coin show?
It's very stressful, but I enjoy the heck out of it. I've had a great day.
Yeah, that's really intimidating.
It is. It's like you could just stick it right in my mouth and.
I don't know if this show could get any worse than the beginning is for us over here. Anyways, are you also on your channel?
I'm just recording.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
This is terrible. Then he's recording from the side angle.
Yeah,
I'm
I'll
over
go
here.
over there.
You can move this way a little bit if you want to.
There's some weird.
We have absolutely no organization for this right now, but that's okay because we got a nice big banner, and we got dudes who are running coin shops and coin shows. We got T the Silverstacker in the house. It's good stuff, man.
Yeah.
It's good. So how many people do you think came in the door this morning?
So we bought 1,000 "Hello, my name is" labels, thinking that it would last us 2 days. We have 128 left.
Ooh,
And they had to go get more. So
that's good. So one of the things I noticed that you did, you had a people had to show ID to get in.
yes, 100%.
So tell me about showing IDs to get in here. He's like, I'm going to stick it where it's not as intimidating down here.
The
Don't
whole
forget to put the antenna back on your car, Ben.
yeah, the whole ID thing was, I figured bad guys are going to be real reluctant to hand me their ID and let me write their name on the name badge that they're going to have to wear to get in the door. That was how it was. They handed me their ID. I copied their name from the ID onto the name tag, handed them both back, and said, "Here you go. You're good."
Yeah.
So
That's a nice security measure. Are more and more shows doing that?
you have to these days.
Yeah.
You have to.
Cool.
But yeah, I mean, other than that, we've had zero problems. It's been great. The turnout has been wonderful. The public showed up in droves, which I don't understand how that happened. I think we might have found some.
You broke I-70.
I did. I heard.
They heard Ben the Coin Geek was going to be here.
That's what it was. I think that's what it was. I think it was that weird tea guy that likes silver.
Weird is the key word.
Yes, that's right. They're all coming to see. They're all coming to argue about counterfeits.
Yeah.
So, all right, T, introduce yourself to
T the Silverstacker of YouTube and now TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and all that stuff. Oh yeah, the hot sauce is very tasty.
He is ticking the talks.
All right, Bro's got his own hot sauce, and I'm doing this all wrong.
Yeah, where's the Ben hot sauce?
I don't know, but I'm just gonna put my picture on top of that geek sauce.
Yeah, geek. Ooh.
Geek sauce, you got a good name there.
The geek sauce is good. So what do you do on YouTube?
You know what? I started off as a silver stacker, and I spent so much time in coin shops like Matt's and Russ Bega's up in Chicago and lots of others. I started coin collecting, and so what I do is introduce a lot of silver stackers to coin collecting. And it kind of, the entry coin was, and you guys would debate whether it's a collectible coin or not, or numismatic value is the Mexican Libertad. But guys basically followed me in with that and started finding caballitos and other interesting coins to collect, and they got bit by the bug, the same bug that I got bitten by.
Yeah. We made a fun video in my office that I think is probably one of the favorite ones we ever did. T came up with a nice original roll of Libertads, and we took half the roll and we sent it to NGC, and we took half the roll and we sent it to PCGS, and the differences were stark. I'll just say that much. If you like that kind of stuff, go his channel and you'll see it. It's a pretty great video.
Yeah, I introduced a lot of people to the Mexican Libertad, and since that point, silver's doubled and the Libertad values have gone up exponentially. The values really soared.
So have you found that it's like easiest to get, just for both of you, have you found that it's easiest to get people from like a certain type of coin into numismatics? Like from a bullion perspective into numismatics? Because one of the things that I've seen is like, I love finding guys that come up at a show and are like, hey, I've been stacking, but now I'm buying numismatic. So is there anything?
The gateway coin?
What's the gateway?
It really is. I mean, the gateway coin is that they find that they like the silver first and they like the investment side of it, but then they start thinking, they a lot of times, at least in my opinion, I feel like they start saying, well, that's cool. What is this other stuff? And they see it, and then they go down the rabbit hole of classic coins, and then they end up at a coin show like this, and then their minds are blown. We had a lot of people in the door today that told me that this was their first coin show.
Oh,
like
awesome.
A lot.
Yeah,
and I'm talking,
That's awesome.
maybe 50 people told me
They were
that.
all related to trades.
So,
Anyways, he's like, what?
so and that to me was a good sign that that a lot of people out there are catching the bug, I think.
Well, you can't help but catch the bug in your shop, though, because your shop is a museum. It would be impossible to just go to the bullion counter and not see something else that catches your eye, and then before you know it, you're going down a rabbit hole.
Yep. Yeah, my shop is full of rabbit holes. I've gone down my fair share myself. So
I think do they not have rodent control in Indianapolis? Is that not
That's Steve.
well, you got those jackrabbits out there, don't you?
Jackalopes?
Jackalopes. That's right, the horny ones.
The jackalopes, that's right. That's an Arizona staple.
We
for
got
us.
armadillos coming to Indiana.
Well, I know, I saw that.
Yeah.
You guys are getting invaded by armadillos?
They're coming
are.
north. They're making their way north. The
Yeah.
Confederate
Build a wall.
armadillos.
That's it.
The
They seem to be
Confederate.
attracted to car tires for some reason. They just run right to the tires.
They do. But yeah, that blew my mind when people said this is my first show, and I remember my first coin show. It was nothing like this.
So for Indiana, though, this is the state show, so it's actually owned by the, is not the state,
So
not
I'll
owned by
tell you
the,
a sit back.
Here we go.
tell you a
Cross your
tale
legs.
about a boy named.
Let's hear a tale. So unfortunately, the Indiana State Numismatic Association folded a couple of years ago.
Oh, the entire organization is kaput.
They could not get enough membership to actually make it worthwhile for them to have a club, and they could not get anything done. The president just disappeared. So they actually folded the club. They donated all the assets, the monetary assets, to the ANA. And one thing they did do was put on a show every year. And over the last few years, it had gotten worse and worse because nobody was willing to pick up the baton and actually do it.
So did they run a show without there actually being a club?
Well, no, they didn't, and
Okay,
that was the problem. That show, the Indiana State Coin Show, was one of my best shows every year. It used to be just a few miles from my office. It was in a great place. I made a lot of fun memories there, and I did a lot of great business there. And so what happened was I said, it really sucks to lose that show. Somebody should really do a show just like that.
If only somebody wanted to run a show somewhere.
No, somebody didn't want to run a show. Somebody didn't have a choice. It was either do it or it wasn't going to happen.
Okay, that's fair.
And Indiana didn't have a coin show. We skipped a year, right?
2 years.
2 years.
2 years we just didn't have a show.
And the last year I was at that one, and it was on life support at that point in time. Very stark contrast to what we've got going on today. Thanks to this guy.
Yeah, it was busy. I mean, it was a very busy day today, which is good.
Guess what?
Yeah.
We can do it all over again tomorrow.
Tomorrow's a whole new day. It'll be really good.
Uh-oh. We got
I know
audience
I
questions
didn't hear.
coming in. For those who can't see it, we've got dozens and dozens, hundreds of
There's
least
at
on the other side
least
of the
a couple
cameras here.
hundred people right here. Just at least.
70. Say hi, guys. Don't wave. No, it's actually say hi. No.
Oh, so we got a commented. Actually, if you can regulate comments, that'd be fantastic. So someone here remembering winning a slab box full of Indiana State quarters of ICG sample coins. That was like from the old days.
And that was a thing. That was every single year. I looked forward to that show because I got to see a lot of having a shop. You know this. It's hard to get out sometimes. It's a big production for you to go to a show where some guys that don't do this full time in a shop, it's much more it's much easier for them to say, okay, I'm going to go to Chicago this week, and then 2 weeks later I'm going to go to Columbus, and then I'm going to go to Tucson. You know, they have that ability where for us, when we have a shop, it's like, okay, well, do I have the staffing to cover that? Can I take off this day and go there?
Do I have the staffing to go to a show?
Right.
Yeah.
Is the show worth my time? Am I going to lose money at the office because I'm not there?
It's a lot of stuff to carry back and forth too, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's the other thing.
A ton.
It's work. It's almost like work, but don't ever quote us on that.
No, it's not work. This isn't a job.
No, it's not a job,
Yeah.
but
It feels
it
like one
but
for
it
me, but
it can
today-
still definitely be considered work. I think.
Sure.
You work for a living.
Oh, I do. I
Okay,
try
that's
real
what I-
hard. Yeah, but I haven't had a job in 25 years.
On to the coin show here report. So what was the coolest thing or most interesting thing you can figure it out however you want that you saw today? Numismatically speaking.
I saw a very, very renowned dealer come up and insist that 2 counterfeit coins were genuine. Insist up and down, and then he was taught that they were not. And this is a dealer that's been doing this for 40, 50 years.
I'm really embarrassed. I want to apologize.
It wasn't you. But it's just that just goes to show that there literally is always something to learn. And so you could be doing this for 50 years, and guess what? Something new is going to come along, and it's going to blow your mind. And I think we blew his mind a little while ago. So that was pretty interesting. Numismatically, though, I mean, heck, there's go brick dollars on the floor. I saw 4 or 5 high reliefs at one table. I mean, there's ancient coins, there's paper money. I mean, whatever you can imagine, it's here.
And what was cranking your?
You know, it wasn't so much the coins because I didn't get to wander away from here very often. It was the people. I met people from Michigan, Illinois, Ohio, Kentucky, all of our surrounding states, all having a blast. Many of them are fans of the channel, and we kind of got to meet and shake hands and talk a little bit. So that was a blast for me, to be honest with you.
Yeah. The people are always fun. Always fun.
So Hoosier hospitality is what it is.
Oh yeah, Midwest nice.
Yeah. Did we talk about that
It's a
once?
thing.
Is it so Hoosier hospitality? So I learned that everyone from Indiana, if you're born in Indiana, you're not an Indianian, you're a Hoosier.
You didn't know
You're-
that?
Well,
what is
Gosh.
my kids apparently some play that my kids did when they were like in grade school lied to me about what people from Indiana are called. Can you imagine that? I was so trusting. Oh man.
I think he thought it was Indianian.
In the play they did, it was actually called Indianians, which is hilarious.
Oh my goodness.
Look at these guys are.
What do they call you guys?
The term is actually Arizonan. Yeah, but I'm going to change it to something like we're all called rattlesnakes. Like something a little bit more fun.
Well, they made a pretty famous movie called Hoosiers too, which was helped.
Okay, so next year, can I get a basketball hoop in here?
I like it. What about a dunk tank?
No.
What about Ben in a dunk tank? What do you guys think?
I think
it's a
so,
great
yeah.
idea.
Ben in a dunk tank.
At a coin show? No, inside.
It's like 45 out there
We'll do it
today.
here.
It's
It's
beautiful
fine.
though.
70 in here.
It's warm in here. I was schwitzing. It was like it'll definitely get a little warm in there.
Yeah. It's a great weather for a duck and also a coin show. It's
They're throwing $100.
We got
bills
people
out.
offering to dunk me in the dunk tank already here. We haven't even started yet. That's too much fun. Maybe the dunk tank might take organization though.
what if we filled it full of pennies?
Oh, don't get me started on pennies.
Dunk tank.
That would hurt.
Just be a
Boom.
little thump.
Speaking of pennies, evidently I'll be going to jail very soon.
Are you going to melt them?
I melted some pennies, some pre-82s, and made some artwork out of it.
You know what?
And people in the comments are telling me, so long, T. We'll see you after your stint in the clink because you melted those pennies,
They're
buddy.
wrong.
Yeah, I know they are. But 90% of the people on my comments were like seriously concerned about that. And
I had a lawyer explain it to me one time.
there is
I
a
asked him,
statute that if you're making artwork,
No, I had a lawyer. I said, break it down to me as a layman. If I want to melt a coin down, what's the law? And well, with any paper money or coin or anything, it's yours. At that point, you can do whatever you want with it. But as long as you don't try to take a $1 bill and make it into a $20 bill, or you try to take a penny and make it into a dollar.
As long as you're not trying to deceive somebody about the value.
Correct.
Which is like my daily job with coins, right?
Cents and nickels are prohibited to be melted currently because they're still circulating and they want to keep them that way. Because if you imagine if tomorrow they said, okay, guys, you can melt all the nickels, there'd be no nickels.
All right,
People
so
were very concerned about me melting away a potential fortune as well. A bunch of 1970s pennies that could be like passed down to my kids to pay their college or, et cetera, et cetera.
So, all right, here's the hot take. So what is the denomination that we should actually have gotten rid of instead of the cent?
Dollar bill?
Okay.
Maybe the half cent. That was quite a while ago, though.
T, I hate to tell you, I'm going to break this to you. Probably the most gentle way I
Should
can.
someone tell him?
Oh, you're talking about now.
No.
I thought you meant, okay.
All right. So that's right. So someone I just saw something pop up there on the screen. Halves.
Halves is another good one.
See, I would get rid of the $50. I don't see a point to having a $50. Nobody
Well,
uses
but
it.
if you get rid of the dollar bill, then guess what? You're going to use a lot more half dollars.
True. So if we get rid of the dollar bill, we'll start using dollar coins and half dollar.
Come up with actually circulate the dollar coins instead of just piling them up in warehouses.
Well, what else are they going to do with those warehouses they haven't built yet?
Well, they've got some that are full of coins right now.
Yeah, but they had to build them to put the dollars in them.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Government efficiency.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
And
true
then
story?
Yes.
You guys aren't just...
Yes.
No,
Making
we're
stuff
unlike
up?
the half cent. We're not lying about this.
I thought you were just making stuff up.
And then every once in a while, a country will say, hey, can we get some aid? And the government's like, sure, you can have $6 million, but you have to take it in dollar coins. And that's what happens.
Now I know where our dollar coins are going.
Too, or what?
No, they did that. A lot of those coins, some coins went down to South America, and they circulate quite often down there because
gosh.
the Sacagawea actually looks like a South American woman and her child.
Oh, yeah.
So they circulate quite freely
And
down
you've
there.
interviewed her.
Yeah,
That-
that was a very...
You interviewed Sacagawea. Was that when they got rid of the half cent?
No. Yeah, well, that was... Oh, earthquake. There was just an earthquake.
We have tremors here
Okay.
in Indiana from time to time.
Beautiful.
There we go. Perfect.
No, you're good.
The tremors. The tremors come with them. The
Well,
little guys that are with the. What are those guys?
no, that's an Arizona thing.
Graboids.
Here,
graboids.
Ben, I don't mean to alert you and concern you too much, but you're not very far from the New Madrid Fault.
That's true.
And if that thing goes, we're all goners. There's going to be coins bouncing all over the place here.
My bigger concern is I found out how close I am to the Canadian border, and I was worried about.
You're
that.
about 5 hours from the Canadian
Yeah.
border.
Still pretty
It's
close.
pretty close.
It's too
It's
close.
too close for
Thinking
comfort
about making a
sometimes.
getaway?
Any-
I was worried about them coming over here.
Any country
the
that-
French Canadians especially.
Oh, the Quebecois.
Ah,
Any country that comes up with putting gravy and cheese curds on their French fries.
yeah.
Oh no! So you're saying they're on your
No.
happy list?
Well, I'm not going to argue the food is good, but it is also. I just want to meet the guy that actually had that idea and understand him.
He's probably very clumsy. He just spilled it all over his fries, and then, just like penicillin was discovered. There you go.
I like that.
I don't know if that's how penicillin was actually discovered,
Let's
but I'm
not
sure
get
the
facts
internet.
get in the way of a good story.
That's
there,
right.
Ben.
That's true. That's true. Okay, so we're getting rid of the half dollar. No, the dollar.
The dollar bill.
dollar bill.
And I think that your $half coins would actually have meaning, and dollar coins would actually be circulated outside of a warehouse.
So what is after we get rid of the dollar bill? What let's talk about coin redesign. What are we putting on our coins?
Well, are we even going to have coins? Are we going all digital in the near future? Is
Let
getting
me
ready?
let me live in my happy place.
It's getting rid of
I think that
the penny. Oh,
I think the seigniorage I think the seniorage on coinage is enough that they would never. I can't see them stopping at the moment. Hey guys, look who it is. The counterfeit man himself,
Well,
Mr. Jack.
we will learn more about counterfeits tomorrow.
Counterfeit shirt. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my god.
You have a counterfeit shirt on?
Yeah, why?
See, I have a trademark on this, so
Yeah.
This is somebody else's trademark, so it's
Okay.
counterfeit now.
I'm
that's
just.
it. You don't have.
No,
No,
I got this on Etsy. It's bootleg.
Etsy bootleg shirt. Oh my
I
goodness.
didn't make a shirt. I made a
Not the
I made a
official
billboard.
So the billboard's nice.
It is nice.
All right. So if outside of the digital world, what are we doing with like coin redesign, paper money redesign, anything? What are your ideas? Best shot.
Best shot. I would like to change the American Silver Eagle every year. And with a new design, we have enough artists in this country to come up with something really awesome every single year, make it fun and interesting, patriotic, and that's my vote.
500 points for T the Silver Stacker. Matt, what do you got?
I'm afraid that if things keep up the way they are, we're going to have the NFL team quarters and the.
Go Bears!
We're getting to the point where you cannot really tell the difference between the Franklin Mint and the U.S. Mint with the type of stuff that's being produced and put out and how it's being marketed and how it's being sold. Here's 230 of these coins, but only the rich people can buy them. Have fun.
I got to, in Baltimore, I got to talk to the incoming mint director, and he did not want to be on video quite yet until he was confirmed. Sure. But we did get to talk about some of the stuff that's happening, and he has some interesting ideas, and I'm going to talk to him in the future on our show with Mike, and hopefully we can
Where
get a
is
few more
Mike?
answers.
I missed
He
the
got
middleman.
stuck at work.
What?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, he
Why would you be working when you could be
well,
here?
I mean, he's the guy at their coin shop, and some of their other guys are here, so it's just the way it works.
Hasn't he ever heard of the coin
Well,
flu? You know.
The problem is his coworkers are right over there.
Well, I'm
Yeah,
sure
I
that
know.
Russ can keep a secret. I'm sure.
Yeah, he could have swapped one out.
Well, what do you do?
So
I miss him.
I absolutely love the idea of trading out, making the Silver Eagle different every year. I think that's an epic idea. That's the type of thing that I think all Americans could get behind. And new NFL team on each eagle. No, wait.
Only the Bears.
It depends on what
who
they
cares
do.
about the rest?
It depends on what they do. If they just turn it into another commemorative coin program, then what's the point? You know?
Yeah. I don't need the sponsorship and stuff on the American Eagles, but that's what they're doing now, right?
Yeah.
I mean the Privy Mark coins with the video game. Is that the same
The
thing?
video
yeah.
game, and then
That
they
whole
also
thing
have
is
all
weird.
these superhero coins coming out of the pipes. I mean,
I thought the design on that Superman was a little bit weak too.
abs with abs.
Yeah.
have you seen the Batman?
Had
Batman
a
looks good.
Weird position, like he's flying through the air,
Yeah.
kind of squeezing out a fart or something.
Yeah,
just
and the
like,
airplane, the weird airplane is just out of place.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
strange.
Because we all need to be on the art commission here for.
Now, where
Do
are
they
you?
still have that?
The People's
Yeah.
Numismatic Advisory Committee? I believe so. I know they do. The CCAC, the Citizens
Citizens Advisory Committee on coin
something or other.
collecting,
Yeah.
coin confiscation.
Coin stuff people.
That's exactly right. All the good coin. Okay, so but like I like the idea of the redesign for the Silver Eagles.
You
But
remember when they were redesigning it? They had like 36 different possibilities, and it could have been this, could have been that. There were actually some really good ones, and there was also some really bad ones too. But like the top 5 or so would
was-
have got us 5 years of that, you know.
There were a couple that looked like they were rejected Disney films. You remember those?
Yeah.
he's not wrong. The rejected Disney film thing is like there are some designs that were fascinating. So
There was 2 with eagles fighting, you know, or mating, and I wasn't quite sure if that was going to be called the fighting eagles or the other F-word eagles because
the Falcon Eagles.
Yeah, Falcons.
yeah,
Atlanta.
yeah, something else, but
right.
looked like they were fighting
It's another bird.
or mating. I don't know.
Well, that
This is
was out of my
so you
pickup
can
card
find
for
you
this
can find T the Silver Stacker on YouTube and Instagram and apparently TikTok.
Notice Ben was speechless for the first time.
That doesn't happen very often.
I know.
Not really.
But
Not really. So okay, so I'm in favor of like paper money redesign.
okay, what would you put on the paper money?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm asking the questions here.
I've turned this one around on you, buddy.
Uh-oh, trouble. Well, I think we can do something more historical.
Saguaro cactuses or something?
Or saguaros.
that's what I
Saguaros or saguaros.
Whatever, that's what I said.
Whichever.
Hoosier.
Maybe some japolinos or jalapenos, one of the anyway.
Nachos.
Nacho. So, I think you can do stuff that does change. I think over time. I think the opposition to change is the fact that people want to have a steady currency, because if you change it frequently, it's easy to.
I'm not against change so much. I'm just against what they have been doing.
Okay. So this is like it's not that I don't like paying taxes. I don't like what they do with it, kind of thing.
Kind of, sort of, yeah. I mean, that's honestly yes.
Well, like you said, we get to see really cool redesigns on stuff, and then it doesn't make it.
Right.
And you're like, where's that? And then you see what Daniel Carr's dropping, and you're like,
Yeah, I mean,
Daniel Carr design everything.
Yep.
On paper currency, I'd like to see some color. You see other
Yes.
countries,
Polymer.
paper currency. It's gorgeous, and color and artwork.
So did you guys know that there's a organization that lobbies just to keep the penny?
Well, they must have failed.
Yeah, don't use him for your next political campaign, but pennies.org, I think, is
Were
actually
they paid for by the zinc producers?
They were paid for. Their top funders were the guys that produced the planchets for pennies. So I was bringing that up because of the polymer notes, right? So the reason that we don't get rid of polymer notes, from what I can tell, is because we've got the company that produces the banknotes paper. It's like all proprietary, and we have like this long contract with them, and I don't think we'll see polymer because of that.
I don't know. There is that whole big polymer shortage. So it's a thing, Ben. It's can't make polymer notes if we're running out of polymer.
Wouldn't surprise me though. There's a great big good old American corporation called DuPont that would probably love to make polymer for the U.S. government.
DuPont, you're on notice. I mean, if you didn't already have enough things to make, now you can make banknotes for all of us. We need money. Yeah. We all need money, except for that guy. The guy's walking by right now. He doesn't need any more money. He's good. He's definitely good. So we actually have people waving at us. I don't know how many fingers was.
I don't know if they're waving at us or if they're like, stop, please stop.
So there's breaking the internet, and then there's like whatever we're doing, which is breaking the internet in a different way.
We're standing in the corner of the internet, like we were bad in school. We're just.
Can we get dunce caps next time?
Oh my gosh, that'd be so funny.
Dunce caps. We should, yeah. So next year, build like a little studio thing in the corner with like a schoolhouse with a dunce cap. We need some more thematic. What about having thematic stuff for coin shows?
I don't know yet.
Okay, let me pitch it to you this way.
Okay, let's go.
So I've considered this for my show, for the Tucson show. So would be thematic, but you don't go too over the top because of all that's involved. But like you would have, for example, like a 1920s theme, so that all of your print and your press has a very, swag, like flapper dress, kind of like.
I don't hate it. I don't hate it, but I feel like you're.
He goes to the speakeasy.
I feel like the attendees would be a little less willing to participate. Unfortunately,
When is the Tucson show?
Third weekend in January. We'll see you in Tucson on the third weekend in January. So it's going to be like the 15th is set up, 16th and 17th is dealer.
Right before Cub Spring training starts, I believe. That's the reason I go to Arizona every year is Cub Spring training, yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can just spend a couple weeks. In Arizona. So you got nothing else better to do. Besides that, you can hit up all the shops between the Midwest and the Southwest and do content.
There's some mountain biking too. That's mountain biking country.
It is mountain biking.
Mine would be more like mountain falling. I'd hit a rock or something and just.
I'm more into mountain going around in an automobile on an interstate.
I'm more in mountain looking at.
My family's what you'd call the indoorsy type.
You still coach basketball?
I don't coach basketball anymore. My kids have aged out.
That happens.
I know, right? They grow up and they leave the nest.
Speaking of which, mine's around here somewhere. Where the heck? I haven't seen my child in hours.
Your progeny's here?
Yeah.
Prodigy?
He's not at my table.
How is he the 12-year-old with the beard?
No, he's a 15-year-old who's 6'4". Yeah, that's the one.
I was so close.
He's close.
I was so close on that.
He helped us carry our stuff in. It's perfect timing seeing him at the door.
He's a great kid. I'm really proud of him.
Well, we're all proud of our kids here. We're just not proud of our government's ability to make numismatic decisions, apparently. Are we all on the same page with that? Like,
I'd be curious to see what the folks have to say in the comments because I'm sure they've thought of a lot of great ideas that we haven't thought of.
well, now, if I actually, the first person to get hit with the microphone is me. If I was actually set up properly, I would have.
We almost heard your boogers.
I'd have the laptop going and watching the comments and questions come up so I could respond to them. And
We're working on a shoestring here,
ideally,
friend. We're working on a shoestring.
this is just a little bit more than a shoestring, but not much.
Not much.
These guys are also concerned about the microphone.
Well,
These guys I saw are also concerned
Ben,
about the microphone.
I have to say, you just stabbed yourself in the face with it. So I'm a little worried that you might stab me in the face with it.
Just a scratch.
So, but I mean, honestly, people who watch my channel understand that I'm not allowed to have knives. Like, I'm not allowed to have knives. I'll take a knife out to like open something in a video, and people start like, no.
Oh, that's.
They're waiting for the slow motion, like.
Oh.
How long have you been on YouTube?
I've been on YouTube since basically COVID, right? So, I mean, I had a channel before then, but then I hopped on during COVID because I had a little extra time and was bored out of my mind. And didn't know, it was like a stress relief a little bit because it was a stressful time.
Yeah.
So it was able to get some creativity out there and do something a little bit different. And then I had a lot of people just kind of say, hey, we appreciate the content, because they were also bored out of their minds to the level that they appreciated the content. And so anyways, we had a good time. It's been good ever since, just making videos and having fun with the numismatic market. And hopefully there's a whole lot of what you see is what you get. Like, you know, when people come up and see me at a show, by the way, if you see me at a show, just say hi. Even if I'm doing something, just say hi, thanks.
Yeah.
But like, you know, hopefully it's no different than my content, you know. So, T, are you like, now you've gone on a different road here.
Well, I started kind of the same way you did during COVID, consuming a lot of videos and thinking, well, maybe I'll give it a shot. And I did on November 1, 2020, and haven't looked back since. I consider it a labor of love. And, well, we've been both on during that time. Other people have come on and kind of drifted off and gone away. But to me, it's a lot of fun, just hanging out and talking. And
Well, the fact that I can find T the Silver Stacker shirts on Etsy that are bootlegged,
I made that part up.
that makes my day. What? That's not true?
Oh, no.
Dang
I'm
it.
starting an Etsy store.
Did you
tonight.
guys
This
hear?
is high-end, premium, cotton, poly blend, couple polymers in here, you know, good stuff.
Shortage of polymers, though, right?
It is, yeah.
There's
It's hard to source these days.
polymer shortages.
Yeah.
But
Guys, I'm sorry.
a lot of shortages.
The three of us, when we get together,
It's a good time.
it's always a thing.
The only thing we're missing right now is drink and food.
And my noodle.
By the way, the bar's open till midnight,
Oh my.
so.
Well, you guys all still have time, from what I can tell. So what time is it here? We got like 5:30ish.
It's 5:50.
Oh, we're gonna be shutting it down here soon. So that means like if you're from how far away can you get here by midnight? I mean by.
By 10 a.m. tomorrow. You got between now and 10 a.m. to get here. Start driving.
Oh well, let's talk about actually coming to the show tomorrow, right? So I actually told my buddy in Oklahoma, it's a 10-hour drive. Get in your car and come on down. So, but honestly, so one last thing before we go, we'll talk about plugging the show since we're here. But great work,
Thank you.
much appreciated. There
you
is
for coming.
I'm glad to be here. There is a room full of dealers. This is a little bit like Central States, but without all the BS floating around. So it's like really nice. Good Midwestern hospitality.
Very nice vibe in the room.
Vibe in the room is good. We've got food. There's a whole bunch of eateries around here. We're only 8 minutes or 10 minutes from the airport, which means all the hotels are here, all the eateries, so it's easy in, easy out. If you're anywhere that's got some of those like cheap Southwest flights or whatever for $70, you know, come on down and check it out.
Did Ben win the award for longest distance traveled coming here?
No.
Longest microphone.
Longest microphone and best microphone face stabbing skills. Yes. Yes, that's
I managed to not kill anybody yet.
That's fine.
On the live stream.
We're not done yet.
Someone could still die yet tonight in Indiana.
But yeah, no. We had
You probably have people farther from.
we had East Coast coins from Oregon.
Yes. Well, it would be West Coast from Oregon.
That's what I meant.
But your
West
public
Coast, I'm
schools.
sorry. West Coast. West Coast bunch from Oregon came. We had a couple of dealers from California that came.
Okay. Wow.
Florida.
That's fantastic.
I met a gentleman, not that didn't set up, but a gentleman that attended the show from Canada today. So that was fun.
Yeah.
It's I'm very pleasantly surprised.
Well done, man.
Thank you.
Proud of you.
I'm tired.
He's tired. He's going to be sleeping the next 3 months. All right, so yeah, so hopefully it'll be similar timing next year and stuff. But tomorrow still, for those of you who watch this sometime in the middle of the night for some reason, come on by. Yeah, Indianapolis. So we're in Plainfield. We're eight minutes from the airport.
Yep.
At the embassy.
International's right there.
Embassy Suite.
Yep.
Embassy
Plainfield.
Suites. Yeah, nice facility. And I want to thank these guys for all their hard work and putting this on.
Thank you, buddy.
He's just excited that I got to.
I'm slapping.
I'm not letting him hold the mic though. So, all right, here we go. All right, so I was almost trying to read. So what happens is things show up and then they disappear, and so it's like if I've got the thing, I can go ahead and work up with the words, and then I can use the words and ask you questions, and then it's good.
I have
But like
no
this,
idea what you just
Maybe
said.
next year, buddy.
we're all slap
What
happy.
language was that?
It was not English.
Nerdinese.
Nerd and ease indeed. All right. So also, if you ever want to check out the Coin Show podcast,
Yep.
or if you're ever in the Indianapolis area, you can check out Lost Dutchman. Fun fact, Lost Dutchman,
Yeah.
it's an Arizona
Hey, you're
legend,
no tie, yeah.
you know, but this guy's an Indiana legend.
I guess you could say that, apparently.
Something like that.
Thank you.
All right, guys, everyone who spent the time, thanks for being here, and we will catch you later. As always, I appreciate it, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I can figure out how to turn this off, because that's...
Wait, was that thing live?
Yes.
I wouldn't have said half that stuff if I could
I
have
know.
live.
I-
Oh my
Joke's
goodness.
on
guys.
you, buddy.
Trouble.